Hello.
Dogs no can talk.
Dogs can't talk, Lilo.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the 2D characters that were adapted into the most abhorrent CGI monstrosities.
What did you think I was?
Nothing.
Ghost! Well, where did you come from? Are you hungry? Can we be friends?
Number 10, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, Alice in Wonderland. Even through a pair of looking glasses, these two look rough in live action.
And who are you, if I might ask?
Oh, I'm Tweedle, he's Tweedledum. Contrary-wise, I'm Tweedledum, he's Tweedledee.
While Tim Burton's quirky aesthetic gives this remake all kinds of style, it falls flat when adapting characters as wackadoo as Tweedledum and Tweedledee. By trading smooth animation for questionable CGI, the two go from charming, goofy, and colorful to the human embodiment of a pair of eggs. Just what in the world were they thinking here?
How is it you're being so great big? She ain't great big, this is how she normal is. I'm certain she's smaller when we met. No, she drank the piss salver to get through the door, recall it? Oh, yeah.
Stripping the Tweedle brothers of their eccentric look doesn't make them feel more real. It just makes them stick out, which in a movie that takes place in Wonderland is really saying something.
I believe it's so. No, it ain't so, no.
I love my fat boys. Now, get out.
Number 9, Boots, Dora and the Lost City of Gold. In her search for a fabled golden civilization, Dora stumbled upon something even more memorable: the complete and utter destruction of her sidekick, Boots.
Hi, Boots.
Hi, Dora. What's today's adventure?
Today, we continue our decades-long search for Bata Bata.
Yeah, that vague approximation of a chimp is supposed to be everyone's favorite blue monkey. Look, adapting something as cartoony as Dora the Explorer into live action is no easy feat.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
But all the concessions in the world don't change the fact that Boots looks like he belongs in a horror film, not a children's show. Even Dora diehards will agree that, in this movie, it's Boots himself that deserves the boot. Pun fully intended.
It's a super confusing time. But the fact is, you're right. You can't do it by yourself. Good news is you have friends now. And together, anything is possible.
Boots, you can talk?
Number 8, Tiana, Ralph Breaks the Internet. As Disney's first ever African-American princess, fans around the world rejoiced at the idea of Tiana returning for a cameo in this 2018 sequel to Wreck-It Ralph.
What kind of a princess are you?
Do you have magic hair?
No.
Magic hands?
No.
Do animals talk to you?
No.
Were you poisoned?
No.
Cursed?
No.
But then they got a glimpse of her in the trailer. It wasn't an issue with animation. It was all in the design, specifically that her skin tone was noticeably lighter.
I gave my mammy a cake, she turned into a big bear. My Algin tried to dare in. If that's not a pure mess, I don't know what is.
We can't understand her. She's from the other studio.
Everyone, including Tiana's own voice actress, worried about Disney whitewashing one of their most groundbreaking characters. Thankfully, the concerns did not fall on deaf ears. Tiana's complexion was tweaked before release, and she appeared in the final film in all her beautiful, dark-skinned glory.
But there was, like, music and a spotlight and... Wait, you all saw it too, right?
That's what happens when a princess sings about her dreams.
Number 7, The Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Forget Shredder. The Turtles' biggest threat is the curse of the so-called gritty reboot.
Children, drop your weapons, or your father will die.
In the throngs of a new creative direction, the team got a serious makeover complete with all the lifelike reptile skin you could ask for. The issue? This is still a movie about teenage turtles who fight crime in color-coded masks. Not only are the new turtles horribly over-designed, their realistic proportions are completely at odds with the tone you expect of a TMNT movie.
Elevator's just around this corner.
All right, guys, listen up. We stick to my plan, and we won't fail. Fan out in 3, 2, 1.
It doesn't quite capture the uncanny valley either. After decades of sleek, animated portrayals, these were not the Turtles in a Half-Shell fans wanted, needed, or deserved.
When you put it like that, it sounds ridiculous. See, she's looking at us like we're freaks.
Number 6, Garfield. Garfield the movie. We hate Mondays almost as much as we hate this new look.
Sleeping Beauty, wake up.
You can stop dreaming about me because I'm here. Now just wake up. You've got work to do.
While a lasagna-loving house cat would be out of place in most settings, it's like they didn't even try to blend him into the real world here. Garfield is constantly glowing with an artificial sheen that reminds you he was digitally slotted in after the fact.
First thing Monday morning, I'm gonna get to work on losing those last 20 pounds.
To make matters worse, other animal characters like Odie are played by actual pets, which makes the orange cat even more of an outlier. If they'd committed to a full CGI cast, at least Garfield wouldn't have been the only runt of the litter.
Once again, my life has been saved by the miracle of lasagna.
Number 5. The Chipmunks. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Say what you will about the live-action films, but they had absolutely nutty chipmunk designs. We just wish we could say the same about this animated show. Even considering the added limitations of a half-hour children's program, the downgrade is simply impossible to ignore. The models in Alvin are simply not very good. Both the hair and skin are seriously lacking in detail.
Have you ever heard of an antique?
No, Alvin. It's a classic.
Oh, Dave, that's the same thing. Look, it's old, right? But in a good way.
Plus, they messed up the Chipmunks' outfits. Who in their right mind thought taking Theodore out of his iconic oversized sweater was a good idea?
Theodore, it's okay. No, it's not! Why did you do this?
If you want your dose of cute chipmunk hijinks, you're better off looking somewhere else. Number 4. Plekeley, Lilo and Stitch. Any Plekeley who doesn't cross-dress is no Plekeley of ours. The original animated character was truly ahead of its time, and has grown into a shining beacon of representation for the drag community.
What are you doing?
Nothing?
Say, I want to try it on.
No!
Say!
Hey, Al! You're just jealous because I'm pretty!
Seeing such an integral and important part of his character removed from this live-action remake isn't just disheartening, it's outright offensive. Especially considering the special effects aren't anything to write home about.
No, wait!
Just look at Jumba and Stitch, both of whom are pale imitations of their 2D counterparts. The movie clearly didn't have the budget to properly animate all three, but you want to know what could have helped that? If they'd just let Plekeley wear a dress in the first place.
Go about your business, I'm okay!
Your head looks swollen.
Actually, she's just ugly.
Darling, he's joking. Ugly, look at me!
Number 3. Flounder, the Little Mermaid. As they say, everything's better down where it's wetter, except when you're talking live-action Disney adaptations.
Now let's get out of here.
Getting cold fins?
Who, me? No way!
We're looking at you, the Little Mermaid. In the name of quote-unquote realism, poor Flounder loses every ounce of personality he once had. He isn't even the only victim. Sebastian gets caught in the crossfire too. And in both cases, the character is worse off for it.
The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake.
It's baffling that this is a movie about actual mermaids, and they drew the line at animated sea life. While the VFX is certainly impressive, many agreed these characters lost all of their soul in the leap to live action.
I've seen bigger sharks, you can't back down. You gotta show them who's in charge.
Number 2. The Dwarves, Snow White. Instead of casting appropriate actors for the 7 dwarves, Disney decided to write a check for some fancy visual effects. The result is, well, you can see for yourself.
My parents always said this forest was a magical place.
And I've always said that humans cause nothing but trouble.
It's as if the animators couldn't decide whether to make the dwarves realistic or cartoony, with the eventual middle ground failing to satisfy either. Casting drama aside, reactions from Snow White purists ranged from disappointed to outright incredulity.
It's time to dance!
While comedic in nature, the dwarves in the original film never once felt like jokes or mouthpieces. Here, though, the laughable CGI turns them into walking punchlines. When in doubt, we recommend hi-hoing it back to their 1937 iteration.
Hi-ho, it's home from work we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions. The entire cast, Rugrats. These 3D models stink as much as a baby's diaper.
The driver has one job! I guess we're getting heated.
Nice knowing everybody.
Get eaten by a dinosaur? Not today!
Rocky and Bullwinkle. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. These two look rocky in all the wrong ways.
This is no time to worry about getting the washing done.
Not washing done, Washington.
A ton? Well, that is a lot of laundry.
Bullwinkle, that joke just won't wash.
Well, you can't blame me for trying.
Genie, Aladdin. 10,000 years in a lamp will give you such a crick in the CGI.
I mean, if I take you back to Agrabah, won't people...
No. I can look totally normal.
Right. Totally normal.
Like that.
Still blue?
Kapaya.
Do we need the top knot?
That's my little cherry on top.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Mushu Mulan. Disney brought honor to us all when they took Mulan's trusty, fire-breathing sidekick to the big screen, is probably what we'd say if Mushu was actually in this movie.
All right, that's it. Dishonor. Dishonor on your whole family. Make a note of this. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
But he's not. Again, we feel compelled to ask, where in the world was Mushu? Anyways, onto our real top spot. Number 1. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog. Despite his penchant for going fast, Sonic had a very slow crawl to theaters.
To be honest, it feels like I've been running my whole life. Is this too much? Am I going too fast? It's kind of what I do. You know what? Let's back up.
When the trailer for his live-action debut finally dropped in 2019, reactions were mixed, and that's being generous. Fans were extremely critical of the Blue Blur's CG design, which had too much Hedgehog and not enough Sonic.
Meow?
The backlash was so bad, distributor Paramount Pictures had no choice but to delay the movie and completely redo Sonic's visuals from the ground up. It ended up working out though. With a final look much more reminiscent of the games and cartoons, Sonic raced all the way to franchise-starting box office success.
We are a couple of loose cannons just living by our own rules.
Which character do you think was most butchered by CGI? Let us know in the comments.
Don't be afraid. It's all right.